My first experience with video games was a game called Moon Patrol. It was made for a console at that point called Texas something, I can't remember, it had a number. It was a Texas Instruments. It was some big cartridges you put in. I really don't remember the year. I think it was about 6, 7-ish. And I remember this game as the first thing I played. It had 2 levels. One was normal and one which was really hard, and was immensely challenging for me to get through it. I don't know. I always wanted my dad to come help me, get through it. And when I think of it now, it's really crazy because it wasn't like it maybe took a month or something, and I remember being better than him at this game and on all other games which we played together.
Wow, this is deep. Well, the first game that I think I remember playing, because I have I often tell people that I basically can't remember anything sort of before the last 5 years, but I have a few memories of when I was younger. And one of the things I remember playing is a game called Aztec, which is a game for the Apple IIe. I think that was the first computer that my family had. So we lived in Wellington, New Zealand, in a suburb called Mount Victoria, which is a nice suburb, although it wasn't as nice back then. And my parents were really, really into the whole computer thing. They really believed in it right in the beginning. So this is in the early 80s. So they wanted to get a computer as early as possible. And I think I must have been, I suppose, maybe 4, maybe a little bit older. And I was playing this game called Aztec, and that was kind of the game that I was really obsessed with, and my friends were as well. They used to come over and we'd all play it together.
My first contact with video games, I can't remember if it was in the arcades or if it was with a Nintendo Game & Watch. It was probably a Game & Watch. We had those Donkey Kong games and Parachute, some octopus game. It's kind of weird games from Nintendo where you just have like 2 buttons or something, and it was LCD screens, but it's not the way they are making LCD screens now. It's more we had like ink.
El recuerdo más lejano que tengo es del Atari 2600, que lo habían traído a casa. Yo era muy chico. Aparte yo, si bien vivo en Buenos Aires desde hace muchísimo tiempo, yo en realidad vivía en la provincia de Córdoba, en Argentina, o sea que estaba todavía más lejos de la capital y todavía más a destiempo de lo que estaba sucediendo en el resto del mundo en cuanto a videojuegos. O sea, si Argentina tardaba en llegar las cosas, a donde yo vivía tardaba mucho más. Entonces, yo recuerdo más o menos cuando tenía, no sé, de tener 5 años, 4 años, 5 años, 6 años, no sé, una cosa así, cuando mi viejo apareció con el Atari 2600 y tuve mi primer contacto con el juego. Creo que si tuviese que pensar cuál es el primero de los juegos que vi, diría que fue Space Invaders, la versión de 2600.
So I think that Aztec was really formative for my relationship to games, because it was a game that was made before games had started to have this feeling that they were supposed to be usable and to operate as services for their players, so that the player should always be having a good time and they should always feel like they're winning and things like that. Whereas a game like Aztec or other games of that period, they were more like little worlds that were just there, and they didn't really care if you were having a good time or if you were winning all the time, but rather they were just, they were just a world that you entered into and you did your best and you found out what happened to you. And I think that was very formative for how I sort of feel like games ought to be, even though I don't really play games like that anymore.
No sé, a mí me parece que una de las cosas que más retengo como que era lo fascinante de los videojuegos cuando era chico.
I know I thought it was fun, and there was a sense of mystery and exploration, something new. Like any kid wants to experience something new. And but after a while, after I knew everything, it became more like an addiction, where I just wanted to keep playing.
Cuando uno tiene un juguete en la mano, uno puede adivinar las posibilidades que tiene ese juguete. Una de las cosas atractivas que tienen los juguetes más complicados es que uno no puede adivinar mirándolos cuáles son las posibilidades que tiene. Si a un chico que nunca vio fútbol le das una pelota, no parece muy interesante para un chico, ¿sí? Uy, mira, algo redondo, se cae, rueda, qué sé yo, pero no puede ver las posibilidades de lo que puede hacer con la pelota. Entonces, los juguetes complicados tienen eso de que prometen un montón de cosas, de posibilidades, de cosas que pueden suceder con ese juguete. Creo que lo que sucede con videojuegos es que un juguete, o en ese momento, como lo veía yo, digamos, era un juguete que tenía una cantidad infinita de posibilidades, infinita. Sí, muchísimas más posibilidades que las puede llegar a traer un juguete. Simplemente porque, bueno, no sé, tiene una pantalla, tiene colores y parece que puede pasar de todo en esa pantalla.
Tearing things apart, trying to program, trying to change the code of games, seeing what happens.
Why?
So, I just love to do that. Experimenting, knowing how this works, you know, it was an incredible machine, the Commodore 64, which is one of the first machines I really used a lot of time on. Finding out, you know, how you can get into the machine code, change things, see what happens. So for me, it's never been something, wow, it's a new media. It was the media.